Fast, fast, fast. That's the terrain that waited the remaining competitors today in the Turkmen Desert Race. Then, as they approached the Uzbekistan border, it became more difficult with some full-on navigation and deep ruts to negotiate. Finally, they had a mix of fast tracks and sandy patches before reaching camp, situated at the foot of some impressive rock faces. That's how it went for the fourth day. The penultimate stage had 245 kilometres of timed stage between Turkmen Lake and Gamyshlyja. A big crowd at the finishing line today, right in the middle of the desert. Motorsport fans waited hours in the burning sun to see their heroes roar through the finish. Regardless of the category, everyone deserves a pat on the back today. The Turkmen driver Guvanch Hamadov won today's T2 category at the wheel of his Toyota. He came home 22nd overall. It takes heart to drive an SSV. These little speed demons can't go faster than 150 kilometers an hour. But can you imagine doing that speed over the dunes with no windscreen? Yikes! Today, the Turk driver Erkin Birinci finished second. He came in behind the Can-Am of the Hervé Diers and Alain Bruce, famous on the Africa Eco Race for racing in their Toyota come chip shop. This is their first time in an SSV, and as you can tell, they are thoroughly enjoying it.
This
is a unique experience. When you drive an SSV, it's difficult to go back to a 4x4. It's fantastic. It's really, really great. The suspension is good. In the fast sections, we can go up to 142 kilometers per hour. We go very, very fast. It's all going well. We are delighted to be here. We've had 3 days without seeing a single stone. I haven't seen that for 15 years. Today we had some, but nothing too difficult. We have had an incredible welcome. Without this team, the rally could not go ahead. They're like the St. Bernards of the desert. They are passionate about adventure, but above all, they are here to keep everybody healthy. They are a team of about 20. They are the rally medics. We caught up with 2 of them in a rare moment of calm. I'm in the helicopter with René. We have to intervene if there's an accident. Quite often we are the first on the scene. The first thing we have to do is assess the patient. I try to see what state they are in and see what the problem is. And then I try to fix it. It can be as simple as a fracture or a dislocation, right up to a patient in a coma, or one who needs to be put into a coma, intubated to help them breathe and taken safely to our field hospital. We're in a hostile environment. The wind doesn't help. The light can make it difficult to intubate. Because we're on the ground, the sand gets everywhere when we pick someone up. There's often a language barrier. There are 25 different nationalities here. So we need to improvise. A bit of English, a bit of Spanish, a few words in Russian and a lot of sign language. But we always manage. I have plasters. This is the section for eyes with drops, etc. If there's a lot of blood, I have compresses. Here I have everything to put in a drip. Over here, medication for diarrhea, pain, nausea, sickness, etc. This is also for a drip. I have creams, and lastly on the side I have splints for shoulders and collarbones. It's exactly what a paramedic has. I have a big bag that weighs about 12 or 14 kilos full of saline solution and everything needed for intubating, putting in a feeding tube or a catheter. Everything we need to stabilize a patient so we can evacuate them to hospital. In the car and truck categories, it's equal footing between them all here in Turkmenistan. Eirik Mardiv's Kamaz has been battling it out with the Maz of Vyazovic since day one. He lost 6 minutes today to the Belarusian and finished 5th. A little over 2 minutes behind Matteo Serradori, who after a disastrous start to the rally has finally finished the stage feeling happy. No mechanical issues after his team gave their best to get the Frenchman back on track.
Today
the fourth stage was quite complicated because we started behind the trucks. With the amount of dust, it wasn't easy to get into it and claw back time. As always, we did our best. Fabien did a great job with the nav. There was more nav today, more dangers. We had to be more precise than the previous days. The last few days there were lots of kilometers between directions. Today he had to work to keep me right. It went well, I'm pleased. We are climbing up the rankings. For us, this is all about gaining experience, and I think we'll leave more rounded and proficient. Experience is this driver's middle name. Second in the last Dakar, Vyazovic is in his element here. He was third today, coming in within 6 minutes of Mardiv in the GC. This bodes well for an exciting final stage. And all being well, this man will be on the top step of the podium tomorrow. Nani Roma played it safe today, opening the race and staying at the front all the way. He came in second in a time of 2 hours, 17 minutes and 32 seconds.
Bueno, pues nada, bien, sí, hemos llegado.
I'm not sure yet if we have won. It was a good stage, very different, with an extremely beautiful course. It's not always easy to drive with rhythm when there is so much advantage. I try to concentrate and not make mistakes. I tried to drive with no risks. It was really lovely. Harry Hunt had an exciting day. Big hats off to his mechanics, who managed to recover his car from the sweeper lorry an hour and a half before the start and change the gearbox in time for him to race. To thank his team, the Brit won the stage after starting pretty far back this morning.
Yeah, a lot better. Obviously didn't have the gearbox issue. We were going really well. Annoyingly, I made a small mistake towards the end and just spun, but we've got a puncher. Not the tire through him, so we don't know, we lost 2.5 minutes or so, but yeah, we're good. We started, I think, 11th, so we had the trucks to go past, and with the fesh in there, it's like Armageddon that started, you know. So it was quite no risks. We just right behind them and then overtake, and yeah, it was good.
A quick look at Stage 4's results. Hunt takes his second victory of the race, 2 minutes 22 seconds ahead of Nani Roma. The Maz of Vyazovic is third. Matteo Serradori made it into the top 5 in fourth, and Anna Mamadov with 6th. In the GC, after the fourth stage, there is no movement since yesterday. Roma now has a lead of 1 hour, 4 minutes and 29 seconds over Zaplital. The 3 trucks make up the top 5 with Anna Mamadov in 6th. Today's image of the day is entitled "Eat My Dust."
équipement total pour éviter de manger trop de poussière.
Ouais, et c'est quoi l'équipement total?
Le petit chèche, le petit masque, il manque la casquette, ou un petit bonnet, et puis on est bon.
Ça va?
Ça va?
Tu respires?
Ouais, c'est correct, ça va.
That's all for today. Tomorrow sees the final time stage of 234 kilometres between Gamyshlyja Plain and Hazar. Before that, here are the best shots of the day. Bye-bye.